Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Hello everyone, Carrie here with the Unicorn Company podcast, coming to you from my secret Canopian Catgirl base. And today we are taking a look at the Wolverine Premium Miniature from Catalyst Game Labs. Now, this model you can see rotating in front of you on the turntable, which we have started incorporating for our videos because I just want to be able to give you a full view of the model without having to have my fingers in the way. And, well, I have a few things to say about this, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first of all, going into this is not on the Catalyst web store page yet. This is something that was brought to me by a friend who had made it out to Origins, and I really appreciate you getting it to me. And of course, I want to talk about this mech for a few reasons. First of all, it's posable. It's very posable. It comes with several arm and leg options. You can actually have a left-hand gun if you want. So it's extremely posable, very well made as far as that goes. It does have some other issues, though, which we need to talk about. Now, the first of these that is just going to be right up there is the fact that it suffers from some issues with the details. The mold lines on it were pretty bad, not bad enough to cause problems for the most part, except for in some areas, which you can definitely see on the back, but there's also some muddiness to the details back there. Additionally, the little rivets on the shoulder pads on the front and rear, they're very pronounced, more so than they really should be, and they require a lot of cleanup. And when I say a lot of cleanup, we're talking a lot of cleanup here. Also, on top of that, the other downside to this model, in my opinion, is the way they did the arms. Now, Catalyst has been really good about trying to do ball and socket setups. And as you can see, it makes it very posable, which is a good thing. I like the posability of the model. The problem I have here, though, is looking at it, well, it's just got a really wide upper body, which it shouldn't have. If you look at the plastic Wolverine, it's a little bit thinner in the upper body, and that's because they don't have the allowances made for these ball and sockets. Now, in my opinion, it's not a deal breaker, but something that does also cause me to have some consternation here is the quality of the way they did the molds. And I have a feeling it's due to the way that they do the plastic, but there are concave spots all over this model. On the flat parts of the shoulders, that's, where you have the bands that go across the shoulder, that's concave. There's concave. Basically, any flat surface on the upper arms, there's concavity to it. There's just this concave bit that really does not seem like something that you should be getting on what's called a premium miniature. Now, I think I mentioned we don't have a cost for this yet. Seeing as how all the premium miniatures look to run about $14.99 a piece, I would say that this is probably the same as far as price. And I'm pretty much going to bet that that's the price they are going to ask for this model. It's about $14.99. It wouldn't surprise me. And I really wish, I didn't have to pay for it, and I really appreciate it being sent to me by my friend Ed, but I really wish that this was a higher quality. You're spending $15 on a model. You sort of expect it to be a little bit higher quality than what you're going to get from the box, from a box of plastic miniatures, which this does not accomplish at all. In fact, I would say it sort of falls flat on its face there. Now, I do want to go ahead. I'm going to check something real quick. We're going to hop on over, not on your screen, but I'm going to hop on over to the Ironwind Metals website because I believe they have a metal one of these. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get some pricing on that. Okay, so yeah, this is where, and mind you, I feel like there's a problem here between what we're getting with the premium miniatures and what's available to us, or should be available to us through Ironwind Metals. So if you go ahead and check out Fortress Miniatures and Games, they're our sponsor. I do want to go ahead and make sure I point that out. But if you check out Fortress Miniatures and Games and you type in Wolverine, you get metal miniatures from Ironwind Metals. And these allow you to make several variants. There's two of them that exist. There is the product numbers are 205197 and BT-472. The 205197 one, you would pay retail is $17.95. Fortress sells it for $14.36, costing you less than what it costs for the premium miniature, just a tiny bit. And quite frankly, you can make either the 6R, which is the one the premium miniature comes as, or you can make the 6D, which is a Davian variant of the mech. Also available is the WVR7M/M2/7K. And this one actually allows you to make one of the three variants. So you can either make a 7M or a 7M2, and of course a 7K. And what's awesome here is you will end up with, once again, you'll end up with extra parts. Just like with the Catalyst one, you end up with extra parts. With this, you end up with extra parts. It costs you $2 more, not even a full $2 more. And you are getting a beautifully crafted metal miniature. And what I'll go ahead and do, because of the fact that I'm sort of comparing, I am comparing them, I'm not sort of, but because I'm comparing these, I will actually go ahead and when I do my next Fortress order, I will go ahead and order a pair of these mechs. That way I can directly compare them, and I can bring video results to you and show you. So as far as the Catalyst Wolverine, I hate to say it, but it's not something I would recommend. I know that there are people who are out there looking forward to it, and yes, you can pose it in very dynamic poses, but for just a little bit more, it's not as dynamic, but you can get a Wolverine that can be one of many variants, which this one is not. And also, I mean, to be honest, I have not had any real bad luck with the Ironwind metal miniatures so far for the new sculpts. I do know I'm going to have some choice words about the Archer, so when y'all see that one, it has nothing to do with the quality and so much, well, okay, there's a tiny quality thing, but most of it is the posability, which I'm sure many of you who went through Project Phoenix and those miniatures will totally understand. And of course, also, it looks like the Ironwind Metals version doesn't have the large protuberances that allow you to have the ball and socket set up. So that is everything for the Wolverine miniature. Do I recommend it? I would recommend going to Ironwind Metals. Personally, I think they should be the ones making the premiums anyway, because the premiums being in metal would just sort of be like an awesome thing, and you wouldn't even need to call them premiums. Just let Ironwind Metals make them. So I appreciate all of you listening today. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that it was helpful. Please leave a comment below if you've already gotten one of these and you want to share your experience. Also, if you want to support the podcast and the channel and what we do here and help us with being able to go to conventions, get products to review, stuff like that, then please join our Patreon at patreon.com/unicorncompany. We have tiers all the way from, I believe, $1 up to $20. And you also get chances to win stuff that we review. So, you know, seeing as I'm going to be ordering 2 metal Wolverines and I really don't need that many, yeah, there's probably going to be some metal Wolverines going out the door at some point. But yeah, and also check out our sponsor, Fortress Miniatures and Games, where you can get the metal models for this, which, like I said, look like they're going to be a better quality, and I'm going to order them, get them in, and we're going to see about that. So until next time, I hope you have a good day, good evening, good whatever it is where you are. It is June. Happy Pride. Thank you all for listening. This is Carrie, signing off.
I'm gonna find my meaning, I can make a change. I wanna play the game. You wanna sink or swim? I'm gonna